Hello guys, welcome again back to my channel. How you guys doing? Hope you're all doing great, guys. So today I'll show you how to make a shoulder dart bustier, and I'm making use of my pattern paper. So the first thing to do is indicate my vertical line. So you can see me placing my tape at the top there, marking the chest line at 9, the bust point at 11.5, the under bust at 14.5, the waistline at 17, then the hemline. So feel free to use your own measurements. So going ahead to get a straight line and of course labeling it all, as you can see. Now the next thing is to indicate my shoulder slope. So using the 3 by 8 inches mark. So I'm marking 3 inches and 8 inches. Then at that 8 inches come down by 1 inch. Then I'll go ahead and rule the lines there, and I have my slope right there. So the next thing I want to do now is to indicate my shoulder width of 16 divided by 2, that is 8. So I'm going ahead to extend it now all the way to the chest line. You can see me doing and ruling the line as well. So the next thing now is to get the armhole point there. So the midpoint from that slope to the chest line, I have 8 divided by 2, that's 4. Then I'll come down by 0.5 inches, and I'll go ahead and use my curve ruler to create my armhole. So this one is for the front piece, right? Yeah, so here it is now. Then I'll use the neckline of 3 inches in width and a depth of 3 inches. So of course, you feel free to use a neck width and depth of your choice. Now the next thing now is to create my bustier. So I'll first of all indicate the bust span measurements. I'm using 8 divided by 2, that is 4. So from that chest line, I'm going to mark 4 inches all the way. You can see from that chest line to the bust point, under bust, waistline, and down to the hemline. So you can see me marking my straight line there now. Now, the next thing I want to do now is to indicate 1 inches below the bust point and above the bust point. 1 inches below and above the bust point. I just created that point there. Then I'm going to come to my shoulder. I will split it into 2. Remember, this is a shoulder dart bustier. So what I have there is 5 divided by 2. That's going to be 2.5. So I'm going to indicate that point now, 2.5 inches there. Then I'm going to connecting this to that 1 inch is that is above the bust point. So you can see this now. So going ahead to connect that. Now for the lowest part now, I'll come to the under bust. I'm going to go 1.5 inches on one side, that's on the sides, while 0.5 inches towards the unfold part. So you can see this. So I'll repeat the same thing down there. So this is going to give me a straight line all the way to the hemline. 1.5 inches on one side, 0.5 inches on the other side. Then these 2 points will now be connected to that 1 inches below the bust point. So you can see me creating my cup now. So this one now, automatically we have created the lower cup. You can see this now. And that's it, guys. Now, the next thing to do now is to check what I have there. Remember 1.5 inches and 0.5 inches, which makes it 2, right? Then I'll come to that shoulder width there. I'm going to mark that 2 inches right there. So you can see this now. Now, that point of 2 inches, I will now connect it back again to that 1 inches point above the bust point. Okay? Don't get confused. It's nothing extra here. So you can see this now. So you can see this has given me my perfect cup right now. Okay, so now it's time to replace that dart on the shoulder. So remember what I have there is already 2 inches, right? So I have to replace that dart, okay, on that shoulder line. So you can see me extending it now. You can see me extending it now 2 inches outward. That 2 inches now, I'm extending it from where that shoulder line already ended. So I'll go ahead now and replace it. Very, very important to take note of this. So you can see this. So because I'm already replacing that shoulder width, so this automatically is going to make my armhole line to change. So now I have to recreate another armhole, okay? So going ahead towards, draw that line all the way to the chest line, rule it down there, then I'll go ahead now and get the midpoint again, just like we did initially. The reason why we are doing this, don't forget, is because we are replacing that dart point, so which is going to affect the armhole. So you can see me recreating another armhole right now. So which means now that the initial one is no longer valid. Okay, yeah, so I'll just go ahead and discard it. I hope you understand it. Don't worry, guys. If you're anyway confused, just go over it again. I'm sure you get it right. Now, the next thing, of course, is to start fixing the body circumference. So on the chest line, they're going ahead to add the bust circumference, just divide it by 4, and of course add your seam allowance. Then on the waistline, you have to replace that dart there as well. Okay, whenever you have a dart point, you must replace it back. So that's it, guys, and I'll go ahead now and draw my lines there. And guys, believe it or not, we've just drafted what the front pattern of this shoulder dart bustier. You can see it's that simple, guys. It's as easy as that, trust me. So guys, that's it. So the next thing now we're going to be doing for the back piece. So the first thing, of course, is to indicate the zipper space. So I'm just marking 2 inches for that. From the top to the end, the hemline, they're marking the 2 inches for zipper space. Then I'm going ahead as well to indicate my shoulder width using the 3 by 8 inches mark. Then coming down by 1 inches to get my slope. So everything we're doing right now is to repeat the bodies of draft, okay, just like we did for the front piece. So right now I'm indicating the vertical lines from the chest line to the bust point to the under bust down to the waistline and the hemline. So once I've achieved this, of course, I'll go ahead and also rule the lines as well. Okay, so after that, of course, we'll also go ahead and label it down. So you can see this now. Now the next thing now is to introduce my shoulder width of 16 divided by 2, that's 8. Going ahead to rule that line there, and of course we'll go ahead and get the armhole as well. The midpoint is 8 divided by 2. We don't need to go in by 0.5 inches. This is the back draft, so I'm just creating my armhole right there. And now, of course, indicating the neck width and neck depth. Don't forget, you can feel free to do any neck width or depth of your choice. Okay, and of course, for the back space, you just have to extend that neck depth line to the zipper space right there. Now, the next thing I'm going to do now is to also put my bust bar measurement of the 8 divided by 2, which is 4. Going ahead to mark that down all the way from the chest line down to the hemline, right? Then I'll also come to the waistline and mark 0.5 inches on both sides. So this one is for the dart, just 0.5 inches there. Then I'll come to the shoulder and also get the midpoint there, which is 5 divided by 2, that's 2.5. You can see this now. Then to the bust point, I will indicate 1 inches above and also 1 inches below. So that 1 inches above, you can see me connecting it now to that the shoulder width divided by 2, right? Now for the lowest part now, I'm indicating the 1 inches below the bust point. I'm also connecting it now to that waistline, the 0.5 inches, and of course extending it straight down to the hemline. Guys, you can see the back is usually straightforward, right? Yeah. So the next thing, of course, is to put the body circumference. Going ahead to fixing the bust circumference divided by 4, add your seam allowance, and also the same thing for the waistline. Like I said earlier, don't forget to fix in your dart wherever you have your dart. So for this one, it's just the dart on the waistline, which is 1 inch. So you have to replace it on that waistline. And guys, believe it or not, we're done. You can see this, guys. So for the back space now, you can see there's no dart point on that shoulder width. Okay, yeah, so that's it. This is it for the front, and the back piece is all ready. So the next thing I will do is just to go ahead and cut this entire piece out. Guys, if you've not subscribed to my channel, please don't forget to do that, okay? Remember to on your notification bells, okay, so you always get notified every time I upload my weekly videos on this channel. Please don't forget to do that, guys. I really appreciate this a whole lot. So this is it, guys. Once you're done cutting this out for the back piece and also for the front piece, you can see this now. So once you have this, you have achieved it, all you need to do is just to place it on your fabric, and guys, go ahead and make your sew. If you're going to be attaching something to the lowest part, of course, depending on the length of the top that you want, it's going to be a half length cut, then you're definitely going to be attaching it to the lowest part. Thank you, guys. We've come to the end of this. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share. I really appreciate this, guys. If you find this helpful, please do this for me. Thank you, guys. See you on the next one. Have a wonderful day. Bye.